Hello, my name is Shay Washington, and today I will be going over the Mexican painter Angel Zárraga. A little disclaimer is that I might mispronounce some of these words. Zárraga was born in Victoria de Durango on August 16th, 1886. When he was 7 years old, him and his family moved to Mexico City, and he enrolled in the National Preparatory School of San Ildefonso in 1899. His first works included drawings and portraits. His closest friends, Diego Rivera and Saturnino Herrán, influenced his orientation to innovative ideas. His artistic involvement included the literary camp. At the end of 1904, he moved to Europe, where he studied at the most important schools of the day. After arriving in Paris, he moved to Brussels. He enrolled in the Royal Academy and became interested in the Symbolist movement, represented by Fernand Coff and James Ensor. Reviewing an exhibition of the Libre Esthétique that introduced the Impressionist movement, he wrote, "I confess that I was greatly disconcerted in that when I saw the most diverse things brought together under the label of Impressionism, I asked myself why some gentlemen are possessed by the mania for classifications." A specific work from his Spanish period is the 1906 painting, The Old Man in the Sanctuary. It shows the clear influence of his Spanish teachers, Ignacio Zuguala and Joaquin Sorolla. The dark tones are typically colors mixed with black, the traditional atmosphere of the home with white ceramic pictures combined with old Castilian types. He was a latecomer to the Cubism era. This sadly did not provide him with an acceptable outlet, even though it strengthened his knowledge of composition. This may be because its figurative demands made him uneasy, or his exercises never gave him a full understanding of the movement's ideas or impulses. He did admit that he only joined the movement as some sort of discipline, forgetting that for the theorists of the time, Cubism was a way to conceptualize the world, meaning an end in itself. He thinks of Cubism as dehumanized art. He went through a period of general disenhancement, which led him to return to the original sources, to the study of man, and to follow Cézanne's conceptions of synthesis, which is believed everything in nature is designed according to three basic units: the sphere, the cone, and the cylinder. His interest in sports led Zárraga to paint the human figure from a classic point. In soccer players, he masculinizes the feminine figure. His portraits and athletic nobility of harmonious proportions also date from this period. During the war in Paris, he was ill with pneumonia. Jeanette Ivanov, a Russian soccer player and friend, cared for him. The two became engaged in 1919, the same year where he made his first incursion into mural paintings, as well as decorating the Vender Hintz house. Later in his life, he was interested in religious themes. Between 1922 and 1925, he decorated the Vertcourt Castle near Versailles, and in 1924, he painted the crypt of Our Lady of Salette in Suresnes, Paris, judged by critics to be his most beautiful work of religious paintings. His fame peaked as far across Mexico. He was invited to participate to paint murals on the walls of Mexico City's most important public buildings, but declined the invitation since he had not finished his work at Vertcourt Castle. The Chapel of the Redeemer was the most complete work he has done until then. The architects gave him complete freedom to paint the frescoes Annunciation, the Redeemer, Eternal Bliss, and the Viva Crucis. He says the al fresco paintings fit the spaces in an exact proportion way, clearly delimiting two domains, the spiritual and the terrestrial. When he returned to Mexico, he was open to a lot of opportunities. He entered the Seminary of Mexican Culture, of which he later became the vice president. He decorated several locations, amongst them the bar of the Bankers Club, where he painted poverty, wealth, abundance, and pleasure. Zárraga is described as one of the most important mid-century painters of the religious themes. His Impressionist and Cubist-style landscapes testify to this versatility. Through more than 50 continuous years of work, Zárraga impressed a kind of solitary rebellion. This carned through in whatever style he used, from the most severe Castilian forms to decorative elegance.